Welcome to the Kericho County Assembly.
This is the second assembly, that is from the year 2017 to 2022. In this assembly we have 47 members of the county assembly. 17 of them are nominated, 30 of them are elected. Most of the nominated MCAs were nominated by the Jubilee Party, that is the Jubilee Party of Kenya. And 7 of the MCAs who were elected through independent tickets. 23 of them are Jubilee members.
The Kericho County Assembly has vision to be a model, professional, effective and efficient county assembly and a key player in the process of good governance and democracy. The mission is to facilitate the members of County Assembly to efficiently and effectively fulfill their constitutional mandate of legislation, oversight, and representation in the county government by upholding and ensuring the autonomy of County Assembly in its corporate relationship with other arms of the two levels of government.
From 2013 to date, we have done our part impressively. To the best of our knowledge. We have had over 40 county acts that we have passed in the Assembly, which are in operation, both in terms of development, in terms of oversighting the executive, representing the people, and also making laws. We hope to continue with the same spirit for us to realize the objectives of devolution.
So the County Assembly has also made a huge allocation with respect to infrastructure. This would ensure that Kericho County is productive in the sense that the produce that is produced in Kericho reaches the market in good time. So in the budget of 2018-2019 financial year, the County Assembly allocated 751 million shillings to construction of new roads in Kericho and maintenance of the old roads in Kericho. This is the second largest department to receive an allocation, and after health department, because as you may realize, the health department is a very key department, and that is the reason why its allocation is very high.
I joined this institution in 2013, where I was recruited as the principal legal officer, and I pioneered that department. In 2017, I got an opportunity to be promoted to be the deputy clerk of this county assembly. My roles, amongst others, is to deputize the clerk, where I assist the clerk in doing administrative work. I assist the committees in the administrative work by facilitating their daily errands or the day-to-day duties of the committees. I also work in the legislative department, where I sit in on behalf of the clerk at the chambers. In my role in the legislative end is to basically advise the Speaker on the legislative procedures and practices. I also assist the Speaker in coming up with rulings and approving when the clerk is not around, I assist him in approving the motions and statements that are to be tabled in the House.
As the majority leader of the Kericho County Assembly, my work or the office of the majority leader is to ensure that government business is adhered to, or the leader of government business in the County Assembly of Kericho, and again is to ensure that the party position in the County Assembly is adhered to. Thirdly is to ensure that as a majority leader, we push the government agenda in the County Assembly so that the manifesto of the party is adhered to and in line with the manifesto of the county. As the County Assembly of Kericho, we have made some tremendous work as County Assembly. I.e. as County Assembly, we have pushed the executive, i.e. in ensuring that budget timelines are adhered. That is why as Kericho County Assembly, we have been timely on the issue on budgeting. Again, as County Assembly, we are working on a formula to ensure that local revenue collection is doubled in Kericho County Assembly.
The Deputy Speaker is the position that is stipulated in the Constitution of Kenya, Article 178(2). It is providing the position of the Deputy Speaker. So mostly I deputize when the Speaker is absent, in charge or in control. Also in the Standing Order number 15, also the roles of the Deputy Speaker is the chairperson of committees, or the liaison chair, and also I preside over the Committee of the All House in the Assembly. I want to say that in this 2017-2022 County Assembly, we have a youthful assembly, and I want to encourage this assembly, the second assembly, to actually try their level best to make sure that they produce the best for this county of Kericho. I want to say that our main aim as elected members and also the nominated members of the County Assembly is to play the three roles that has been provided by the Constitution. That is the legislation, oversight, also we have the budget, and also representation of the people. So we take our main position as the representative of the people, and we give priority whatever people they represent want. So I want to encourage this youthful assembly that let us give priority to the people, the needs and wants that the people want, and also especially when you hear from the people of Kericho County, we have a lot of challenges, especially in infrastructure. We have challenges in health. We have challenges also in water. So let us take this priority as the people's priority. And also we have a challenge in unemployment of youths. So let us do networking, because you are elected as youthful leaders, to make sure that we connect our youths with various opportunities. And so we know that these are among the agendas of the Big Five of the government of Kenya. Let's also encourage our youth to venture in businesses so that they can be more supportive as they grow up. I want also to encourage our county that let us work harmoniously so that we achieve whatever we actually advocated when you are looking for this position of leadership. I just want to thank you, and thank you very much for actually being part of Kericho County. Thank you.
And unlike the former assembly, the current assembly comprises of more youth than the former, an approximated percentage of around 70%. And we have actually diverted most of our attention to the youth, keeping in mind that we trained youth And also we have a bill that's coming, currently engaging all the stakeholders. I'll be personally tabling the bill. It's the Kericho Youth Empowerment Fund bill that allows our youth to form groups of up to 10 and come and acquire loans at an operational cost, or rather interest fee of 4% from the county government. We look forward to roll out the fund during come the June budget. And I'd also like to ask the public and the society at large to engage the Assembly in many different ways as provided by the Constitution. For example, they can bring forward petitions, religious leaders can bring forward petitions, groups can bring forward petitions. Since the inception of this County Assembly, the second Assembly, we've not received any petition so far. So I really ask our public to make use of all the avenues they've been provided for by the Constitution, to follow up on their leaders so as to make governance much more easier and to bring devolution closer to them.
My work as a whip is just but to ensure that there is quorum in each and every department, and also at the plenary, the assembly sessions. So my work normally is actually to ensure that there is a quorum everywhere. If there is a quorum each, then it will be my work to ensure that other honorable members must be inside the plenary for a particular proceeding to be done. The proceeding which can be going on can include some voting, which of course my work mainly is to ensure that the voting system, the kind of direction of voting, can be influenced by my office, by actually ensuring that there are members who will be there to vote towards a particular requirement, which is of course to favor the government side. So my work as a whip is to ensure that all the committees also are really working within the quorums, and the quorums which are existing can be actually meeting the three-quarter of the membership of that particular committee. And there are also measures in which whenever a member fails to attend a particular meeting or a session, and those measures are also within my jurisdiction as the majority whip of Kericho County Assembly. So my work mainly is to work on the voting style, the numbers who are supposed to vote, and also people who are attending meetings, say committee meetings as by the department or the General Assembly plenary issues.
I sit at the table during plenary. Our work is majorly to prepare the plenary sitting, marshalling of papers in the chambers, marshalling of bills, reports, and order paper. We do assist in drafting motions, we do assist in drafting statements, and we work constantly with the research office and the legal office. Ours is majorly to advise the Speaker during the plenary, and we communicate to the committee services in case there is statement raised on the floor of the House. We have to communicate to the relevant department that this statement has been raised and they have to address. And we do tracking. We track motions, we track bills, we keep even petition register. Majorly our work is connected to the other departments like research, legal, and public relations, because of the petitions and all the information that comes to our office. We do tracking of all those information.
This is a department that was started in 2013, immediately after the elections, and we serve about 24 committees that we have. We offer services, administrative services to these committees by organizing for meetings. We also write and keep records of minutes, and we are also responsible for keeping the custody of all the documents that are produced, that we receive, and also the minutes that we produce in committees. We are also responsible to advising our chairpersons of the various committees on issues of procedure. We also work hand in hand with the county departments when there is something that is required. For example, when letters needs to be written to those departments, we are the ones who ensure that we produce the same, And we also keep abreast with those people to ensure that we get what the committees requires. We are also responsible for even the custody of the resources that we have, following up on statements that have been raised, petitions, producing reports, because as you realize, after meetings have been held, we come up with reports that are supposed to be tabled in the county assembly. So we work hand in hand by supporting the committees in producing such reports, so that public money can be seen where it is going in terms of what has been produced by those reports. The department has 8 staff members who support those 24 committees, and so far the number needs also to be increased to ensure that we are able to support the same.
I work under the leadership of the county clerk, who is the accounting officer. I assist the clerk in formulating budgets. Among other duties that we do in the finance department is we do accounts, financial statements. We do monthly reports that we present to the County Assembly Service Board. This is in line with the PFM Act, that we must report this anything that any activity that is financial, any activity that is run in the assembly on finance. As a finance department, we also try to minimize on the unnecessary expenditures that are not in line with the PFM Act. We also try our best when we are procuring for services that we get the value for money for any transaction that we do as the assembly.
Hansard is it is an official verbatim report of the proceedings of the county assembly and that of its committees. Hansard has a number of functions, namely transcription of the verbatim reports, recording of the verbatim within the precincts and outside the precincts of the assembly. Hansard is important to several groups of people within and outside the assembly. The first one is the county departments. It helps them in implementing the resolutions passed in the House. Secondly, it assists the Speaker in making his own rulings. Another function of Hansard to the members of the public is that it serves as a mirror, as it brings them expectations on what their representatives, the members who they elected to represent them, brings to them.
I'm Koros Chiriot Johanna, Head of HR, County Assembly of Kericho. Human Resource Department consists of 3 members of staff, and our main functions are to oversee the HR functions in the Assembly. Basically, we have 88 members of staff, 47 honorable members from diverse from the county. Our role, majorly as HR, we do compensation of employees and the staff and the MCS. In compensation, we talk of salaries, payment of salaries, payment of allowances, and also we do the training and development programs for the staff, majorly, and also partially for the MCS. We also do career progression and development for the staff. We also work on performance appraisals, the systems in place, so that each and every employees they're able to articulate what they're doing on the ground. We also handle employee discipline procedures in general. The other one we do also, we We manage general welfare of both the staff and the honorable members. General welfare in terms of medical, in terms of maybe what they require basically, like medical, transport, and the rest. We also manage and update HR records and databases. HR records for the staff, and then for the MCS also the databases, because they are required every now and then. Apart from that, we also assist County Assembly Service Board in advising on the implementation of the policies that are here and there. We have several policies that are in place. We have the HR policy, which is also in place. We also have the training and development policy, which is also in place. We also have the transport policy, which is also in place. And we have the internship policy, which is in place, which is currently being used by the Assembly. The other function that we do, the other function that we also do as HR departments, we also attend to clients, the internal and the external clients. The internal clients are the members of staff and the MCS. External clients are those who come from the wards for services, and with the public. They come to inquire for information. We also give them, but prior to authority from the clerk. But we also manage the staff at the ward offices. We have 30 wards, and in each ward we have staff that are working there. So this is the function of the HR, also to manage that.
And the purpose of internal audit is to advise the management and the County Assembly Service Board in matters of financial management, and in matters of risk management, control and governance processes, and to ensure that all the financial activities are in line with the legislations passed by the National Assembly and the Senate and the County Assembly, as well as the directive from the National Treasury.
Our role as a department of ICT in the Assembly is, number one, is to provide technical and operational support for systems, infrastructure, including networking or networks, websites, email systems, and systems like IFMIS and internet banking. Our role again as a department is to ensure that all the users in the Assembly have access to ICT equipments like computers, laptops, printers, and photocopying services for the purpose of transacting the business of the Assembly. We also do capacity building to do trainings where we train new members on the systems we have in the Assembly. We also train the users in the use of government systems like IFMIS for the new users. We also provide troubleshooting whenever we have issues with the systems, like when the systems are down, we do the necessary to make sure that Assembly operations are back, especially in the financial systems where we use IFMIS and internet banking. Most of the times we have challenges in terms of networks, and when we have networks, the challenge can either be within our Assembly or it can be from the main office, that is National Treasury. So we normally troubleshoot to make sure that the finance transact their business without any problem.
This library was started in 2014 to help the members of the County Assembly and staff in reference materials and every other daily operations of the County Assembly. For instance, we have acts of the County Assembly, we have parliamentary acts, we also have newspapers, we have reports, we have Hansard reports also, reference services, any material that any member needs, the library department provides. It really assists them in their legislative function. When they want to make any decision, they have to consult through reading materials, through maybe newspapers, previous newspapers. Generally, the library department has come from far. We have grown. we have made progress since 2014, and we are very happy as a department to serve the county assembly. Challenges that we have normally is just the space. We have an issue of space, but as the assembly continues to grow, we believe that we can get somewhere where we can accommodate the library as it continues to grow and expand on daily basis.
My name is Raymond Kiprotich Korots. I'm the head of supply chain at the Kericho County Assembly. In my department, we have two staff, one in charge of stores and another in charge of records. Our main role is we procure goods and services on behalf of the county assembly using the current technology provided by the government, the IFMI system. So we are fully using the procure to pay system in IFMIS as guided by the government. We have the main challenge we normally have is suppliers providing us with substandard goods, and also the delay in payment are the main challenges we face as a department. But the strengths we have, we normally do our services in time. We have service level agreements with the suppliers. We normally raise our LPOs within 2 days at the elapse of the time. We work as a team. I wish to thank the entire team, the staff. We normally appoint them as the evaluation committee or various committees, opening, tender, inspection and acceptance committee. So I really need to thank them for their support, and also thank the management for the work they are doing, the support they're giving us as we discharge our service.
The primary role of the PR department is to create a mutual beneficial relationship between the county assembly and members of the public. Under the PR department, we also do media engagement, whereby we interact with members of the media, that is the reporters, and we furnish them with the necessary information that they need pertaining the county assembly. We also draft press releases as well as press statements, and we issue them to the members of the press so that they can disseminate the information. As part of public relations, we also litigate and make sure that the image of the assembly in the eyes of the public is well kept. So when it be, we advise the management pertaining how to respond to malicious information that is distributed to the public. The Public Relations Department also generates content in terms of drafting publications that contain useful information regarding the county assembly. We come up with newsletters, documentaries, and also brochures that are distributed to the public. We also do event planning and management. So we represent the county assembly during various functions, such as the upcoming legislative summit. We organize for such platforms whereby the county assembly can showcase the work it does. And we also take photographs and videos during the special events of the county assembly.
And what we normally do here at research, we do what we call research assistance to the county assembly members and their committees, as well as the staff members of the Kericho County Assembly. So far, more than 20 committees that we have, we are able to serve them adequately with research materials whenever they want to find out information on a particular issue that is to be debated in the chambers. So we give them adequate information in advance for them to enhance their debate. Also, what we do in research, we do policy analysis. So once we receive policies from our departments in the county, we analyze the policies with an aim of looking at their effectiveness in terms of serving the people of Kericho, and also to look into whether the policies are in conformity to the national legislation as well as the legislations enacted by the county. Other than that, we also do advisory services to the members. When members make their requests individually, we serve them individually with the information that they require. So we get individual requests from members, we get individual research requests from staff, we also get requests from the County Assembly Clerk and our Speaker, so and we give them the necessary advice for them to take action. So we are very dedicated team here at the research. We have 3 research officers. We have a research officer by the name Dennis Langat, and then Nancy Bone, and myself. So we are 3.
Security here means having a place free from any threat or any fear or any attack or any assault. So basically, security here we are dealing with the work of securing the assembly precincts. We also guarding the premise from any attack or any assailant or any intruder. We are also dealing with the work of securing the persons. We have here them, the honorable members, the speaker, the clerk, and the entire staff. We have the property of assembly, ranging from the vehicles to the offices. So when we say the precinct of assembly here means the county assembly here or any other place that the members can be having or can be doing their day-to-day activities. So the mandate of the members, we as the department, we are helping the mandate of the members to be achieved by giving them a safe place to transact their businesses.
Currently, we have only 7 officers. That's various functions within the department. Office of the Sergeant at Arms is an office within Parliament, which is responsible for enforcing the Speaker's orders, standing orders, and any other directive given.
Have changed lives of many of
the Office of the Sergeant at Arms also enforces the Speaker's orders, also performs ceremonial functions, including carrying the mess to and from the chambers during special plenary sittings or any other sittings.
The members of the County Assembly have changed lives of many of Kericho residents.
As a County Assembly, we have ensured that marginalized areas have been factored, i.e. in the County Assembly, we have ensured that we set aside a strategic fund, whereby this fund has been used to aid the marginalized areas, like the areas of Sohin, like the areas of Kericho and West. Again, as County Assembly, we are working out on a Ward Development Fund bill in line with the Senate, so that real devolution is felt at the ground level. And some of the regulation which we have managed as County Assembly of Kericho during our tenure is that we have passed some regulations which and approved and it has been approved by the House, i.e. Trading and Licensing Act. That is the first regulation we have passed and approved by the House. The second regulation is regulation to Cooperative Societies Act. That is another regulation we have passed as an assembly. Another policy which is key again is a policy on framework contracting, which that is a policy again which we have passed and approved by the House. Again, as an assembly, we are proud because as an assembly we have ensured that car loan and mortgage have been rolled out to both the honorable members and the staffs of Kericho County. You find that in Kericho County we don't have the push and pull. All the honorable members and staff are benefiting from the car and mortgage loans. So that those are the achievements. Last but not the least, as County Assembly of Kericho, we have been proud and we have been champions when it comes to sporting activities. As you can see, we have acquired several trophies. Last year on Casa Games, we managed to send one of the honorable members and was voted the best darts player in the country. That is Honorable Humphrey Gray from Kapsuze, and that is a plus as a county assembly. Again, our football team managed to be third runners up in Casa Games, which was held in Moi Sports Center Kasarani, and it was purely a team comprising the honorable members. So as an assembly, we have many achievements, and we are proud as Kericho County Assembly.
We have had over 40 county acts that we have passed in the assembly, which are in operation. I want to take this opportunity to thank the former MCAs who started the assembly, headed by the Speaker, our former Speaker, Honorable Japhet Mutai, and all his team, the Majority Leader, Honorable Dominic Rono, Minority Leader, Honorable Livingston Koech Deroy, and the County Assembly Service Board, the members who happened also to be the Speaker, the Majority Leader, the Minority Leader, and the one member, Honorable Jen Yagon. We have we did our part, and we have made this assembly where it is today. I also take this opportunity to appreciate the new current MCS, headed by the Honorable Speaker Dominic Rono, the Majority Leader Hezbon, and all the MCS. They have tried to carry on the mantle of the former MCS, and we are doing well as an assembly.
In terms of road construction, the County Assembly of Kericho has been in the forefront to ensure that the roads that are done in Kericho are quality and done in a timely manner. And that is the reason why the County Assembly of Kericho has put in place what is called a framework contract. A framework contract will ensure that all the contractors who will lease machinery to the county government are put on a framework contract that the amounts payable to them is predetermined, so that you do not get a contractor saying that they are quoting this amount and the other one saying that they are quoting the other amount. So that is to standardize the amount that is payable in terms of what is due to contractors in terms of the number of hours that they would have done using their machinery. The reason why the County Assembly of Kericho came up with this framework contract is because when you look at the work that is to be done under the framework contract, the amounts payable to contractors would be less, and that would then mean that the county government of Kericho will get value for money in terms of using less money for more work done. The challenge initially was that you would get contractors doing this kind of work, but get paid a lot of money, yet the work that they'd have done would be minimal. With respect, coming back to the County Assembly of Kericho, the County Assembly of Kericho has very good future plans. The County Assembly of Kericho plans to do what is called a mobile County Assembly or Bunge Mashinani. This will ensure that in the spirit of devolution, we shall have the County Assembly sitting in places like Chinchilla, in places like Cheplanget, in places like Tendeno, in places like Chepsion, in places like Retain, and in places like Kapkugerwit. This will only ensure that the people play a very central role in the work that the assembly does. So going forward, that is what we see the assembly being able to do in the next few months to come. The assembly that has its share of challenges One of the challenges is that the assembly is very small, and that is the reason why we would want to do this bunge mashinani so that people can access. Our chambers is very small, and looking into the future and budget allowing, we would want to put up an ultra-modern assembly that would ensure that people and the great people of Kericho are able to access our chambers and hear and listen to the proceedings as they are members of the county assembly debate in the house, especially when they are making allocations that would impact on the lives of the people of Kericho.
Nashukuru mkuu mwana Kericho. Hapa tuko County Assembly of Kericho. Nashukuru ma MCAs wetu kwa makazi wametusaidia nao kama aswa mpira. Ukiona hata nimevaa jezi ya jeshi lakini nyumba ni Zoo FC. Unaona? Na tunafurahia, wametujengea mabarabara, wametuandikia mavijana kazi, wameundia hao vibanda za kusubiri.
Angalia kama mabarabara ya katikati ya town wametuwekea lami, wametujengea. Hata sisi watu wana bodaboda tunashukuru kwa sababu hata boda wakati tunafanya kazi yetu tunasikia mzuri. Pande wa security tunaona iko sawa. Kwa ufupi watu wetu wa MCA wetu wa Kericho wanafanya poa. Ningependa waendelee